I haven't really prepared for anything with the subject today, other than having the thought like 30 minutes ago. So I'm just gonna go off the cuff and um, sort of talk about this one topic, which I don't have complete thoughts on yet. But I'm 27 years old, so prior military experience, I moved around a lot. I've met people from diverse backgrounds, and if there's one thing I'm sort of learning at a fundamental level, it's that emotional states, all of them, good and bad, are sort of a privilege to experience, and it's something to consider in whatever part of your life that you're in or I'm in, for instance. Um, you know, whether or not you're going through something that's good or bad for you, it's necessary to kind of take a breather and understand that the frame of mind that you're in is very special and important, um, because it's a little window into a corner of life that not everyone experiences. And I'll give you an example. Right, there are some people who are born with a rich community, right? They have extended families, very close friends. Maybe every week they have dinners where close relatives get together. And then some people are born and don't have that experience. Um, and there's a different emotional state associated with having a routine in either of those um, situations. I'm not sure if that'll make complete sense. I haven't completely gathered my thoughts specifically, but imagine you're in a situation where every week you are having a dinner with those extended family members or family friends. Every week you can count on an emotional state coming to surface on that Friday, Saturday, or Sunday or whatnot. And that kind of becomes your norm. Um, Meanwhile, the other person who isn't attending those things every week, who doesn't have that rich communal structure, they have a different feeling associated when it comes time during that week. And there's also significance in that because they are experiencing such a different corner of life that the other person didn't, and vice versa. And I suppose as you get older, these types of emotional states become more valuable as you start to experience more of them, right? So maybe if you're that individual who never experienced that feeling associated with having a rich community, and then maybe now you're 30 years old and you've built that for yourself, that feeling kind of has a much different euphoria than it did for the person who grew up with it. And on the contrary, that person who grew up with the rich community, and now if they don't have one, now they're experiencing a type of dysphoria that the other person didn't experience. Or maybe they're at peace with having the individualistic life that they either chose or maybe were thrown into. Um, so that's one example. There's many more I can give in terms of health, right? People who have dealt with health complications their whole life, there's a feeling associated with that, right? All of the small stressors, maybe there's more chaotic thoughts that you have, a little bit of paranoia for your own situation in life. All these things are kind of giving you a type of personality that you've needed to come into in order to cope with those issues. And then maybe you've finally figured out at the age of 25 or 40 or 50, you figured out how to like address the thing that's been kind of eating away at you your whole life. And now there's this sense of there's a different shift in your state of mind that happens at that age. And vice versa for the person who didn't experience health complications. Now they hit 50 and now they're entering that headspace. So I'm saying all this to sort of demonstrate that if you're going through a hard time or if you're going through a pleasant time, just understand that in a sense, you are kind of going and traveling through something and you can appreciate, those difficult times or those positive times. Take yourself out of it for a minute and just say, okay, this is most likely temporary. How can I extract the most meaning out of this in this hardship or in this, pleasant moment? And attach a value to that, you know? I know it's easier said than done, but hopefully that provides, a different perspective for people out there. This probably won't make sense to a lot of people. Might not even make sense to me. Who knows? I'm just kind of thinking out loud here, but it's been a long day at work, so yeah. Guess I'll stop it there.